We are at the end of January. The road to WrestleMania begins this Sunday at the Royal Rumble. But first, before we get to that, we have NXT Takeover Phoenix. So let's get right into it. Before we get to the picks and predictions, I just want to mention how important this takeover is to us because it was the takeover before last year's Royal Rumble where this group, Section 113, was formed. And you guys know our story. If you don't, we have a documentary below. Go and check that out whenever you get a chance. NXT Takeover Phoenix, live from the Talking Stick Arena in Phoenix, Arizona. Every championship on the brand is going to be defended at this pay-per-view. Let's go over it. Again, if you're a new viewer to these videos, we don't know exactly what order these matches are going to go in, so just go with it. So no match in particular order, but I have a feeling that this is going to open the show because these guys always open every NXT TakeOver just to get the crowd going. Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong representing the Undisputed Era versus Hanson and Rowe from the War Raiders for the NXT Tag Team Championships. You guys know what I'm about to say. It's pretty much like the punchline in this whole entire series of videos. Who do I think will win? Who do I want to win? NXT TakeOvers, these are always tough. I can never decide because I like everybody on NXT. These guys eventually will get called up to the main roster, which I'm totally scared about. Don't know how they will fit into the main roster, especially with the way the tag team division has been treated on the main roster. Keep in mind also, it was 1 year ago at NXT TakeOver Philadelphia where War Raiders made their TV debut at NXT. They didn't have a match or anything. They were actually shown in the crowd in the first row. And that was their somewhat debut, their TV debut. So fast forward 1 year later, is it their time to win the tag team titles? I will say yes. As much as I like the Undisputed Era, as much as I like Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong as the title holders, I think it might be time. Next match. Again, in no particular order, I think this might go second. We have a rematch from NXT TakeOver War Games back in November. Matt Riddle versus Cassius Ohno. I'm going to go with Matt Riddle. I don't need an explanation. Matt Riddle, King of Bros. Bro. Next up for the NXT Women's Championship, we have the current champion, Shayna Baszler, versus a new opponent. No, it's not Kairi Sane. It is Bianca Belair. This is a tough one again. I had to think about it for a few minutes who I wanted to win and the reasonings why. I'm going to go with Shayna Baszler to retain the title. However, if she drops the title to Bianca Belair, what does this mean? Obviously, she's going to get her rematch in the near future, possibly at TakeOver... Where's WrestleMania at again? TakeOver Brooklyn. Thank you. But her dropping the title could also mean maybe a main roster call-up. We'll see where that leads to. If she drops the title, Bianca Belair will be a great champion. But I'm going with Shayna Baszler. Next up is another one-on-one match for the North American Championship. We have the champion, Ricochet, defending against Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano. Can I just take another moment to talk about Johnny Gargano's match at last year's NXT TakeOver in Philadelphia before the Rumble? I know I keep talking about the past year's TakeOver before the Rumble, but I can't help it. I was there. My friends from 113 were there. It was my first NXT TakeOver pay-per-view. It was awesome. Will this top it? Of course, I want to say yes, this might top it, but, you know, the biased person to me is saying, no, don't do better than you did last year because I was there and I'm sadly not going to be there this year. again, like I keep saying in these videos, especially with NXT, as much as I like both of these competitors, Ricochet and Johnny Gargano, I like Ricochet as champion, but I'm going to go with Johnny Gargano, the new NXT North American champion. And of course, closing out the show, no doubt, it's going to be the NXT Championship match between the champion, Tommaso Ciampa, and Goldie right here, versus former NXT champion and challenger, Aleister Black. Again, this is another match that I can't decide who I want to win. Tommaso Ciampa had a great 2018 holding this here title right here. Aleister Black did hold this title as well in 2018. So I guess you can say this is pretty much the one-on-one rematch that Aleister Black should have gotten months ago before he was taken out by Gargano. But again, the reason why I do these videos is to give my picks and predictions. So I am going to pick Tommaso Ciampa retaining the title and still NXT champion. So those are my picks for NXT Takeover Phoenix. I almost said Philadelphia, just based on instinct. NXT Takeover Phoenix. That's in Arizona. Who do you guys think will win each match from Takeover Phoenix? Go ahead and leave your answers in the comments below. Let us know what you think might happen, where the storylines might go from here, and what you think might happen the following day at the Royal Rumble. Will any of these guys be a surprise entry? I guess we'll just find out. I've been talking too long, so let's end it right here. Enjoy NXT Takeover Phoenix. So those are my picks and predictions for NXT Takeover Phoenix. Hope you guys enjoy it. There we go. Alright. Let's talk Royal Rumble. Okay. Ready? Let's get right into it. Alright, ready? Okay. Ready? Royal Rumble talk. 3, 2, 1. It is that time of the year.